everybody. Welcome to the JohnMendolaShow.com. We got highlights coming your way. The matchup of the week, Scranton Prep in Wyoming Area. Of course, the Cavaliers, they start the season with a loss, doing a heck of a job since then. They look unstoppable, but in the meantime, Wyoming Area Warriors seem that way. They go down to Crispin Field to get a win. Coughlin puts up 14 points to start the game, and the Warriors come back and don't let the Crusaders score again. It is our matchup of the week. Join us each and every week for our top 15 rankings, our picks of the week, and of course, the matchup of the week here on the JohnMendolaShow.com.
The Scranton Prep Cavaliers invading the Warriors, and Wyoming Area ready to go 5-0, but Prep is a pretty good football team. Let's get to the highlights. Brian Miles early on seeing Braden Burrier and crew stacking it up as they did a lot of gang tackling. Miles, Max Borgia, Ivan Balavage, all over it, throwing 3-4 more guys for Scranton Prep. Offense now, Jake Ryan over in the flat. Mario Giannone, got to see him a couple of times this year. This kid's the real deal. Ryan looking, Tommy Doherty. Ain't real big, but he's pretty darn feisty. Had 3 catches on the evening. Then it's Ricky Morgan. First down carry on the left-hand side. Little stutter step in it. Gonna head to the University of Scranton next year. 4th down, Ryan, but Corey Brock knocks the receiver down, and the Wyoming Area defense has got their own little sting. Next drive, Ryan gonna look. He's gonna roll to his right. Ryan going up top. And a beautiful play by Angeli. We got an interception in the end zone. It's going the other way. Ricky Morgan right. And Ricky Morgan was right most of the night to the 45-yard line. Ricky Morgan, watch the balance here as he cuts it over to the left. Little chicken wing. And Ricky Morgan just gets out of bounds. And then Jake Ryan looking, little slant me. Mario Giannone at the 7:51 marker, quarter 2. Savin, not in honey. For Scranton Prep, Ryan, the Mario brothers. Giannone again. And then Ryan looking now over to the right-hand side. Who's he got? Tommy Doherty. He gets lost. And again, fight for every possible inch Doherty can. More Tommy Doherty. How about that? Over on the left-hand side, a quick hitter, and Doherty again pulling people with him. Jake Ryan at the 19.5-yard line, and Ryan's got some wheels. Eludes the WA defense. 14 zipperoni, 2:46 to go in the first half. Halftime would honor some greats, including legendary coach Paul Marenka for the Wyoming Area Warriors, and everybody got into it, including the MC Lou Champy. Move on to quarter number 3. Angeli to the right-hand side. Kyle Mcallister, Braden Burrier hacking away. Then Angeli, right-hand flat. It's Steve Holmza, and Holmza had a nice catch. And then Miles gets Borgia, and then gets Balavage and crew. Look at this defense for Scranton Prep playing tough. Angeli with the keeper. And he gets some good yardage for WA as Balavage makes an open field tackle. And it wouldn't be a big drive because you'd see Scranton Prep answer the call. Burrier and Balavage one more time playing some defense. But then Angeli over to Jeff Urban in the flat, as this will be one of those nickel and dime drives for Wyoming Area. Scranton Prep feisty. Angeli to Holmza to Miles, and the old hook and ladder, shoots and ladders, hatchy malachi, you name it, Wyoming Area is in business. And then we go Angeli, the Prep defense, snuffing this thing out. And on 4th down, Angeli looking around, evades the rush, and P.J. Angeli in for the touchdown. 3:39 to go in quarter number 3. They're down 1 score. Kickoff. Braden Burrier had a huge night defensively. Well, you know what? He's got a little bit of offensiveness to him. He gets across the 45-yard line. Then they say, hey, Burrier, give us a carry. And Braden Burrier would take this thing for some good yardage. Then Ricky Morgan Exit stage left, and Morgan going forward for a first down. And then Ricky Morgan one more time, but Jimmy Eslick with the rip, and then the recovery over there from John Rubino, and now it's going the other way as the Wyoming Area Warriors can play some defense as well. Angeli looking. He's got a guy in the flat, not too shabby. And then the fake punt as we would switch quarters, and Wyoming Area somehow, some way keeps this drive alive. Out comes Angeli, hits his man Holmesa in the flat, and he's got him. And then Angeli, the old double pass, as Holmesa tries to whiffle this thing and just didn't have enough down there, but they tried a little bit of everything. Throwing over this way, Holmesa, that drive stops as a breakup by Scranton Prep that Jake Ryan. He only had 3 punts on the night, and this one was his best. Pins Wyoming Area all the way down inside the 5-yard line. The WA would have a tough drive. And how about this? PJ Angeli finds Dante DeLuca. Couple of minutes to go in this ball game, and DeLuca with a huge play down the sideline for the Warriors to say, we got a chance. And they did have an opportunity. But Scranton Prep would play possum. Kyle, Polishan, and Polishan comes up with the interception at the line of scrimmage. And that was a huge play for Prep to stop that drive for a halt. Who goes there? And Scranton Prep would get the ball back, and Ricky Morgan, 148 yards in the night, would take this thing deep into WA territory, and that would be the difference in the ball game. Scranton Prep 1 touchdown better than Wyoming Area. Heck of a matchup of the week.
All right, we're Coach Terry Gallagher. Talk a little bit about this win tonight against Wyoming Area.
Oh, it was a great one. I thought the kids came out, they played really well, they prepared really, really hard this week, and we're just trying to get better each and every week, and I think, again, we took another step in the right direction.
Physical football at Scranton Prep. We talked about this with Coach Giannone, and you guys have a program where you guys can compete on that line of scrimmage. That's where it's important.
Absolutely, yeah. We want to be a smash-mouth football team. We're going to do everything we can to do that. That's kind of the blueprint that's been set beforehand, and we're going to try to continue that. We like to do all the other stuff too, but we want to be able to run the ball at people.
Taking that running game away from them was huge. They started throwing those nickel and dime passes. Eventually, you had a guy that took care of it, but still a good football team, Wyoming Area. A lot of respect.
Yeah, very, very good football team. They've played 2 quality opponents the last 2 weeks. They did a really good job. That was a great game. They're a really good football team. They have some really good kids. The tailback's a really good kid, and the quarterback's a very good football player as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Jake, let's talk a little bit about tonight's game and using your feet a little bit, using your arm. But you guys found a way to get it done, but that defense gets all the credit tonight.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Our defense really stepped up. That comes from our head coach, Terry Gallagher, too. He really prepares us well. He watches film probably more than anyone I've ever met. Maybe Coach Giannone watches it a little bit more. But he gets us prepared week in and week out for our defense, and we just fly around.
You talk about the competition tonight. Wyoming Area is a good football team, but talk about these guys up front that don't get enough credit.
Oh yeah, they never get enough credit. These guys up front, they're our whole team. We don't have them. We're 0-5. You know, they really hold the ball up front. Don't let the running back get too many yards, and we're really thankful to have them.
For you, you know, you had 3 punts tonight. The last one was the best. I'm bragging about your punting, and then the first 2. The third one though, pinned it back to that 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. My buddy Jake Grady actually came up to me and said, if you just punt it to my side, I'll get it for you. And that's exactly what we did. I just punted it and got them down to the 5 yards.
Momentum right now for this team. You guys are 4-1 the midway part of the season, but the confidence level's got to be high that you can play with anybody, and you have.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're a scrappy football team. We know that going in every single game. We have the most confidence in the world. Again, that comes from our coach. Again, just passes it down to us, and he gives us all the confidence we need, so we feel focused and ready for game time.
All right, Kyle Polishan here from Scranton Prep. Kyle, talk about the win tonight.
Oh, it was a great team win. You know, we practiced all week with high intensity, saying this was going to be the biggest game of the season. We love the intensity. We said all week that this crowd is amazing, and you know it's going to be wild here. So you know, great atmosphere today.
So great that you came up with an interception. They were driving, and they were scary. They're nickel and diamond, you guys. But talk about that interception.
Yeah, I mean, Coach said, you know, we got to stop them. All the players up front were saying, you know, one play is all we need. And you know what? I was just at the right spot at the right time.
Braden Burrier really stepped up. He had a great game tonight. There's some other interior guys, Borgia and Balavage, guys like that. But talk about some of those guys that you saw defensively.
Yeah, I mean, our middle linebackers, Braden and Ivan, you know, they lay on the hits and that. And, you know, Max Borgia up front, he provides all the pressure and that to help me get that sack earlier in the game.
Coach Gallagher, talk about what it's like going from Coach Donato to Gallagher. It seems like you guys have lost a whole lot. Coach Gallagher's getting the job done too.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Gallagher, he brings a lot of intensity, and it's basically the same everything, with same as like Coach Donato and everything.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it here between the Scranton Prep Cavaliers and the Wyoming Area Warriors from Jake Sobeski Stadium. It is official. The Cavaliers victorious 14-7 against Wyoming Area. Hey, a great show and, of course, a great game. It is the JohnMendola.show.com, and, of course, Scranton Prep will move on to week number 6. The halfway point's over. Hard to believe. Join us for rankings, picks, and so much more, all at the JohnMendola.show.com. The final again, Scranton Prep 14, Wyoming Area 7, here on the JohnMendola.show.com.